Okay, now this time we're live. Hey, folks, great to see you. Welcome to the Ghosts of Bacon, episode 77, which is the value of Rex Bacon. And I'm your host, Jake Roberts. Glad you all can make it this evening. Good to see so many familiar names. Mary, Linda, Ao, Ray, John, good to see you, my friend. Haven't heard from you in a bit. Carolyn is in the house. Mary, of course. Linda. So it's going to be a quick one tonight. I wanted to field some of the questions that I've been getting in private messages regarding my recent trip to Newfoundland, and the main answer that I'm going to be giving is, there's not a whole lot I can say about it, but I'll I have a little list here of some of the questions that people have been asking me. So I want to, kind of, you know, kind of set the rumor mill at rest here. And Ao, as always, my friend, you always remind me to, promote the channel and, tell people to go ahead and hit that like button. If you enjoy the information I put here from my books and my research, by all means, make sure that you start following the Ghosts of Bacon channel. Um, and I'm going to be talking about a new venture tonight, and so I think that it's long overdue, and I think that people are going to enjoy it. But unfortunately, it's going to require a little bit of effort on the part of our members in the Ghosts of Bacon group. So I'm hoping you're all up for it. Now, first and foremost, as you know, I just returned from Newfoundland. I got home Monday evening, and what an amazing place! What an amazing trip! A lot of people want to know, what was the purpose of it. Well, you know, as many of you know, Bill Smith and I have been collaborating for a few years now, and this was our first opportunity to go there with boots on the ground, and for us to actually go to a couple of places of our interest. And the purpose of it was so that Bill would kind of familiarize myself with Newfoundland and some of the locations that he had been talking about, and so that when we discussed them, I actually have a picture now in my mind of exactly what we're talking about here. And it was such a great trip, an amazing hike as a part of it. And Bill, as many of you know, is an amazing tour guide and a whole lot of fun to be around. So he and I, you know, um, cemented our friendship, over the weekend, where he and I both, disclosed and shared information with each other that we hadn't shared with anyone else. And we both were very, very enthused by, what we both heard from one another. And so going forward, it's going to be an amazing partnership. And that's one of the questions, Carolyn, that keeps coming up. You found the treasure. No, uh, not yet. But we uh, we did make some amazing discoveries and amazing finds. They're not necessarily ours to share. We were called onto a site to kind of consult some friends, and we're going to talk about that. Um, and John, of course, is asking, does your trip involve codes? Well, some of the locations were a result of ciphers, yes. But, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of these questions, I just can't really get into details and answer. But I think that I, within a few years, I think many of you will all of a sudden become aware of some of the things that Bill and I are working on, and the just on our first trip, we found more things, I think, in information than, well, other people have in other locations, a lot of searching. So, it was very fruitful, and like I said, within a few years' time, I imagine you're going to hear about some of the things that we've found and consulted on. Now, that being said, that's about as much as I could say. But, rest assured, there will be, more announcements, forthcoming as we continue. And, it's funny 'cause, Bill and I have, had a lot of fun, uh, regarding some of the buzz that, our trip kinda sparked here on the internet. So, what I'm gonna do is I need to give, let me put this up here, a shout out to my friends. Now, these are my new friends here in Newfoundland. Sitting in that hole is, my friend Joe, who was, cooking up a really great little lunch for us there while we were, out and about, searching our site. To his right in the center is his partner, his prospecting partner, Terry, just an amazing guy in himself. And to the right of Terry, is Roger, and Roger was the discoverer, of the site we were, kind of called in to take a look at and consult with him, and he was more than pleased by, some of the things that we had to say and what we saw. And on the right is, my friend Keith, smoking a dart because, well, when you're on a long hike, you have to have a cigarette after lunch. And what an amazing group of guys these guys are. I don't have enough good things to say. My face hurt for 3 days after I landed from smiling and laughing the entire time I was there. We just had a sensational time, and of course, here's a picture of Bill and I on location. Having a cup of tea and sharing a joke. And I have to say, my compatriot, you are one heck of a tour guide, my friend. And so just wanted to give them all a shout out, and what a wonderful time. And if anyone ever gets a chance to go to uh, any part of Newfoundland, uh, I flew into St. John's, and what a gorgeous city. The people there are amazing, just incredibly friendly, and um, I don't have enough good things to say. So, looking at drum roll, Carolyn. Um, John, John's asking if the site we looked at was bacon involved. Actually, it wasn't even our guys, but it was still an amazing archaeological site that we looked at. And again, that's about all I can say. We were there upon request, put our eyes on what our friend Roger had found, and it was quite an experience. And so that's unfortunately all I can divulge about that. And in the future, you're going to see, like I said, I think that when this stuff finally, comes to the surface and through the proper channels, of course, not this podcast by any stretch of the imagination. It's my reach is pretty limited and tiny, and the followers are as loyal as you are, and I appreciate you very much. I'd like to see this kind of grow into a bigger following, so that this information can spread far and wide. And like I said, I appreciate all of your support more than words can say. To that end, what I've had to do, many of you know that my original Facebook account was hacked, a little while back, and I had to start fresh. I had to start all over again, which also means that I'm no longer in control of our Facebook group, The Ghosts of Bacon. To that end, what I've done is I've I'm in the beginning stages of starting a new Facebook group, and this one I've called The Keys to the Rosy Cross and The Ghosts of Bacon, which is the title of my latest book. And so what I'm going to be doing is posting a link in the Ghosts of Bacon site and ask everyone who is a member of the Ghosts of Bacon to join the new group. And what that will do, that will allow me to, I'll, tap John and Z and a few others to be the admins of the group, so that this way I never end up in this situation again where I lose control of, something that I created like that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of pivot and move, try to move everyone over so that that new group will become our main focus, and the Ghosts of Bacon group, I think should, become defunct, as it's like completely out of our control now. And so I think if we do that, we're going to be able to r- regain the reins of where we're headed with what we've been doing with this research. And see, Jenny's in the house. Penny's in the house, my sister. Hey, Pen. Um, thanks for joining, guys. I was just saying, I've created a new group. It's called The Keys to the Rosy Cross and the Ghosts of Bacon. And so you can either search it on Facebook, but like I said, I will be posting links in the Ghosts of Bacon group, along with the Ghosts of Bacon page. I'm also going to be posting the link to join the group on my new business page, Keys to the Rosy Cross. So all of these things are, very, very new. We're going to be, I'm going to be using that to promote all of my next work that I'm doing. And my next work is basically a revamped book about the Curse of Oak Island. All of the information that I have accumulated now that points to Oak Island, Nova Scotia, and it's sizable at this point. The next, my first book was just over 110 pages, I think, um, and I removed that from publication. We pulled it simply because I didn't want that information to be out there because I got it wrong. And so what I want to do is I'm going to take that information. It will be rolled into this next publication. However, the next book is going to include everything else that I've uncovered in the last couple of years that doesn't appear in the first book. And so I think that people are going to really kind of enjoy the role that I've discovered that Sir Francis Bacon and Sir Walter Raleigh play in the history of Oak Island, Nova Scotia. And it's going to be jaw dropping, I promise you. I'm still kind of reeling from some of the discoveries I made. So I think that people are really going to enjoy it. And let's see. Oh, great question, Z. Will we be able to go back to previous posts on the GOB Facebook site, Ghost of Bacon? Yeah, of course, Z. I since I don't have control of it, I can't delete it. I can no longer do anything with it. But it will, if you're still a member, it will always be searchable. You'll always be able to go back and find something that you're looking for. That's such a great question. And especially for all of the other researchers out there, you're always going to be able to go back to that. Um, One of the things I'm also doing, I'm in the midst of updating my website, and I'm expanding the resources section, not just about Bacon's ciphers and the maps and so on, but there's going to be a new section regarding some of the materials I've uncovered about Oak Island. So I'll be posting all of that stuff there too. So, oh, my sister Patty's watching too. Hi, Patty. We called her Pay growing up. All right, folks. Any other questions for the good of the order here? Let's see. As far as our inner circle of researchers, Z, John, you're both here. I'm going to be creating another uh, group within the group, and where we can kind of share our cutting edge information with each other, and kind of like keep moving this forward by leaps and bounds. Now we have Adam in the house, and he's going to be helping out with a lot of. He and his dad will be helping out a lot of transposition ciphers. The new sets of transpositions I've uncovered, have been consuming every spare minute of my days. And so, it's nice that I'm able to go at this full time. However, it's nerve wracking because it's fraught with. It's very easy to make a mistake when you're transposing 205 characters. So, Ayo, I have goosebumps of excitement. Looking forward to see whatever Jake has in store for us with Francis and company being on Oak Island. Um, let's put it this way. In the words of John Edwards, you can't make this stuff up. And I'm replacing one of the words that he uses with stuff. um, okay, Patty, that's awesome. Um, you know, uh, so yeah, Ayo, there are there's so much information that I've been trying to package it up so I can share it with the team. And you know, if I were to war room this, it would be about a 6-hour war room at this point. So I need to figure out how to kind of compartmentalize and package it in a way that's going to be uh, sizable bites for them because there's only one way to eat an elephant, and it's one bite at a time. And this info is an elephant. Um, and so what I can say is that while I can confirm um, a lot of the work other theorists have done, it also shows where we all, at different points, got parts of it wrong. And it's really exciting stuff. And as soon as I'm able and it's agreeable, I'll also be sharing it here on this podcast. So for what it's worth, AO, that's what I've got for you. And yeah, my sisters Penny and Patty, they already know some of my finds because we get together for lunch sometimes. So um, oh, here we go with a Shakespeare hashtagging NAO. So gang, that's like I said, quick and down and dirty here. But at the end of the day, this is what I have today. Like I said, I wish I could answer a lot of those questions people have been asking me in terms of what we found and what we saw and what's coming next. But that's proprietary information, and my friend and I, we're and a lot of the people on this podcast who watch this regularly, Z, John, uh, Will Russell, Jason Mercer. No, my allergies are acting up, Carolyn. That's why my voice sounds nasally. Um, but we all share information with each other that we keep confident, well, in our own confidence with one another. It's proprietary information, to each person who's made the discoveries. And Will has shared a bunch of discoveries with me that I haven't talked about, and I won't, um, because we have each other's confidence, and we support each other's work and research, and so I have to honor that obviously with Bill, and he and I, the information we've shared with each other over the last couple of years, um, there's a sizable amount of information, and when it finally comes out, I think people are going to be really excited about what we're doing together. So. DR, no, I didn't have a baguette. Uh, I had some tea though. Oh, thanks, Penny. Yeah, everyone involved does a lot of really great research, and just watching all of this unfold, other people corroborating our findings, and this is what's really exciting to me, for sure. And John, you and I always say this. Blind confirmation shows repeatability. This is the backbone of the scientific method, right? If one person can repeat it without knowing what the other person did, And this is why it's like a lot of times John and I will hold information back from one another, um, until all of a sudden the other person says, "Hey, did you ever see this?" And I'm like, "Yes, I figured that out last month, and you just did it." Like we did with Shugburl Hall. It's very, very cool. And yeah, Tommy, we um we need to do this. This is one of the things that we've been talking about for a very long time. Uh, a lot of people know that Rick Lagina, for example, when it comes to the theorists of Oak Island, he's always wanted us to kind of get together and put our heads together and present to each other and show each other what we found. And so a lot of us, on the side, we like, John and I and Bill, Z. I mean, we all get along really well. And so we just share information to, see what we can all come up with. So yeah, Z, I told him who Easton was. And so, that was information I shared with you guys as soon as I found it. And it was one of the first questions he asked me was, was Easton an alias? And the thing is that he was either an alias or a mask. And, this is one of the things that Bill and I, discussed at length last weekend was, was there, a real Peter Easton, just like there was a William Shakespeare, who became the actor Shakespeare. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, my information says it was an alias, and so as we continue to collaborate, we look for things. Bill and I have put together a timeline together to try to corroborate that information, and it's all kind of tracking that way. But just like some of the other aliases, I think that the Peter Easton alias might have been passed off to another person. You know, I'm reminded of the movie The Princess Bride, where the Dread Pirate Roberts was finally passed on, several times until finally Wesley, um, the main character, became the Dread Pirate Roberts, and then he passed it along to someone else. So I have a feeling that that's what happened with Easton, and I honestly I think that's where that whole idea of the Dread Pirate Roberts kind of comes from. But that's just me. That's speculation on my part. Yeah, Ray, 44. Well, you know what, gang? So at the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up early. And first of all, I just have to say thank you so much for all of your support. I see all of you, the names of the same people popping in week after week. And even when I have to postpone and it's an inconvenience, you still come back and you watch me kind of ramble on here. And I appreciate, the fact that you guys keep coming back and you keep absorbing this information. And please share it far and wide, however you can. If you can share it with friends on Facebook, get them to join the group, that kind of a thing. Anything you do is a huge, huge help when it comes to getting this information out and sharing it with others. And finally, really revealing some of these secrets from history that have been hidden for 400 years. I really, really can't say enough. Thank you enough. How much you guys mean to me, and how much you help. And yeah, AO, once again, you're my favorite. You're the biggest cheerleader. Um, Definitely, you're very welcome. And yes, have a great week, everyone who goes to bacon. So pay attention to the group goes to bacon. I'll be posting, like I said, links to kind of transition over to the new group so that we can better, tighten down how we do things. And right now, it's just in the hands of a hacker. So I want to make sure that we, as a group, can kind of, regain control of and particularly Z. One of the things that you said, can we access the other posts? You know, this is all, cutting edge information when it comes to history. And so I think on that note, we owe it to ourselves to try to protect it and, continue to move. Kat, I'm sorry you just got here, but we'll be doing this again very soon. Oh, thanks, Tommy. Yeah, you know what? And yes, Mary Sempre Avanti for sure. Um, so anyway, pay attention to the feed. I'll be posting within the next couple of days the new group and the new link, and we'll be uh, taking this to the next level moving forward because now we have so many people on board in terms of bringing forth new information and new research that we're going to be able to really pack some really great information in the next few episodes. Patty, I love you too. Penny, love you. Um, Thanks, guys. And like I said, until next time, we'll uh, keep moving forward and be good to each other and have a great couple of weeks. And I'll see you right around Halloween. Maybe I'll dress. What do you think, John? Should we do Mr. Unclean again? It's an easy costume for me to do, guys. Sorry, it's like might sound kind of lame, but at the end of the day, it's easy to do. All right, folks. Thanks again, and I appreciate your support as always. If you can, go ahead and hit that like button, share it with other people, send the links to um, friends and family to join the group and see what we're all about, see what we're doing, and we'll just kind of keep on keeping on. Yeah, see, Alcon was my favorite alias. That's exactly what I do. All right, gang. Until next time, everyone have a great week, couple of weeks, and I'll be back then and with some new information that I think you're going to enjoy. Take care, folks.